is the blood of the Lamb that commands you. Sanctified by the blood of the Lamb has overcome. The Lamb has overcome. We sing hallelujah. We sing hallelujah. We sing hallelujah. The Lamb has overcome.
Yes, the Lamb has overcome. Don't worry about that. That's just a couple of local telesales agents doing an exorcism. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, good evening. Welcome back to the, I can't even remember what this is called. Griff's Nighty Night. Yeah, the nightly roundup of the day's events. Thanks for everybody who watched the first one. And the I think it was 1.5 people who took the trouble to share it. Thanks for that. Appreciate that, you know. Creates a sort of snowball effect, doesn't it? So yeah, thank you very much to those 1.5 people. Now, after I finished recording last night, I was listening to this guy. I can't remember his name. I should have written it down. He used to be a monk, and it was just one of this repertoire of sort of spiritual, inspirational, positive sort of things I'm trying to listen to at the moment, you know, just trying to tap into it. And he made an interesting point. Now, he said that, you know, with social media, etc., and don't get me wrong, before I start, I'm the worst culprit for this. This is why I'm bringing the topic up, because all I can see at the moment now in my phone is me. So really, I'm talking to myself, you know, and looking at the figures. Looking at last night's figures, that's probably much more relevant point than I originally thought when I said it. But so I know I'm the biggest culprit for this. So I'm prepared to try and address this problem, and I hope you are too. Because this monk guy, you were saying, with social media and all that stuff these days, he said, right, which was a great point, that we actually absorb a lifetime of negativity every day. And, you know, I spend far too much time on Facebook, and, you know, as I say, I've been guilty as the next man, and guiltier in many cases of, you know, sharing stuff and spreading stuff around, you know, which all it does is just breeds negativity, you know. Now, you know, don't get me wrong, right? There's aspects of social media that are great, you know. You stay in touch with people, and, you know, there's a lot of positive stuff goes on, and, you know, people trying to do good things and all that. You know, and it can be quite uplifting in certain aspects. But, yeah, this guy said, you know, we absorb a lifetime of negativity every day. And I thought, well, that's a bit of an exaggeration, really. And so I did a little experiment earlier. I spent about, I'd say about 10 minutes, right, looking up and down my Facebook timeline, right? And in that 10 minutes, this is what I've absorbed, okay? Now, the first thing I saw was this a cyclist, right? There was a video of a cyclist. He was coming towards the camera. A guy comes around the corner this way. Here's the cyclist. Here's the cyclist. I'll make him skinny like a cyclist. I'll make the car as wide as possible. Cyclist comes around the corner on the right side of the road. This car, bloke probably on his fucking phone, absorbing some negativity. Boosh. Triple somersault, bang. Critically hurt. The driver of the car had a year in prison. And I actually watched it 3 times. It was so bizarre the way the guy got hit and went boosh, tumbling off. It happened in Conwy, I think. It's in either Wales Online, if you're as sick as me. So I watched that 3 times, yeah, and that was just, you know, part of my research. And I thought, you know, to see somebody get smashed off a bicycle by a car, that's, you know, in the olden days, right? That would be something that 1 in 100,000 people would see. And they'd probably end up with post-traumatic stress disorder. You know, and I just seen it 3 times. Just within the first 2 minutes of logging onto Facebook. You know, before, how many witnesses would have been there without the cameras now? There was the guy in the car who hit him, he saw fuck all because he wasn't looking. Obviously, you could tell he just come across the wrong side of the road. The guy on the bike saw because he was like, oh, he knew he was going to get it. And there was 1 or 2 cars behind. So there'd been about, you know, the guy on the bike, he won't remember much about that, I wouldn't have thought. He did live, I believe. Maybe 1 or 2 people in the cars behind, you know, be traumatised from seeing it. But my point is, which I'm going around the houses to make, 2 or 3 people would have witnessed that and they'd have been severely fucking traumatised. Now, there's probably thousands of people, myself included, watching that tonight. You know, so that's the sort of negativity which I've never seen a guy get hit by a bicycle in real life. Oh, sorry, a guy on a bicycle get hit by a car in real life. Head on, you know, the cyclist triple somersaulting into the distance. But thanks to the beauty of social media, I've seen that happen 3 times tonight. What else? World War III with Russia. That's everywhere now, isn't it? You know, so every time you go onto your Facebook, it's like the threat of World War III. Now, I remember the original Cold War threat when I was a kid, you know, but because it would be mentioned on the news, I didn't bother reading the papers when I was a kid. I only had to check the racing results from the age of about 10 onwards. So I would have been none the wiser to that, you know, and I stopped reading newspapers a long, long time ago. So all this Russia business is everywhere, and then people go off and talk about it like they know what the fuck they're on about. And there was something I read there. There's a headline of some article. Is Russia going to turn off the UK's gas supply? Ooh! You know, well, it's fucking March now, mates. If you're going to, you picked the wrong time. But, you know, don't get me wrong. I'm on Russia's side in that one. But what the fuck do I know? But that's everywhere. There's a lot of negativity about a 3rd World War going on, you know. It's taken Trump off the front pages. Oh, I saw some footage of Jesus getting nailed to the cross. Somebody put a video up of, you know, not the original scene, I imagine. I imagine it was just acted out. It was very realistic. This guy playing Jesus, he was there, been putting the cross and the nails there, and they didn't hammer him in, they had a fucking mallet. Boosh, boosh. It was done quite realistic. I'm like, flipping heck, man, you know. It would have taken more than being on Facebook 5 minutes years ago to actually have to witness the crucifixion. You know, and that was when I was still all headshot about the 3rd World War and the guy in Conway triple somersaulting off his fucking push bike. And that was like in the first 3 minutes, right? Less than that. You know, well, probably about 3 minutes because I did focus on the cyclist for a bit. What else then? Not dementia. There was a thing about dementia. That's said to be the UK's biggest killer. Now, if you've got dementia in your family, yeah, you'll know how fucking grim it is or whatever. Do you know what I mean? But if it's not in your family, yeah, you know, you don't want it in your face, do you? It's bad enough when you're going to have to deal with it, you know. Either yourself or one of your loved ones. But, you know, that's the sort of thing where years ago where only 1 in however many people would be dealing with dementia, you know. Now, you go onto Facebook and we're all fucking dealing with the grim realities of it. Kim Jong-il. Now, apparently he cheats at golf. He's shot around the 38 under par, including 5 hole-in-ones. First time he ever played golf, apparently. So yeah, he's probably cheating. But, you know, that was on my timeline. I don't need to know that. There's a lot of people, now this is different slightly, but there's a lot of people I know who've been in hospital today, which I know through Facebook. You know, they haven't phoned me up and told me. And I know a few people who waited all day for ambulances as well. Now, as I say, it's negativity in it, you know. You know, the situation with ambulances, which I found out through Faceache recently, it seems to be quite fucking ridiculous, do you know what I mean? You know, and if I need to ring an ambulance for myself or somebody close to me and it's like 6 hours it'll take, you know, it's going to be a fucking nightmare, but it's not solving nothing by me sucking up other people's grief. Guns in America, obviously that's everywhere. Saw a lovely picture earlier of thousands of pairs of kids' shoes outside some American government building, one each to represent every child killed by a gun in America. Yeah, I needed to know that. My business, that is, the American gun laws. Very, very close to my heart, that one. Spiders in Australia. Yeah, there's people posting spider. You know, in the old days we used to watch Attenborough or whatever. You know? Now you just probably Facebook, have a look, 1 minute later you just move on. There's a threat of there's going to be no toilets on the trains soon. I rarely catch a train, you know. And I don't think I've ever had a dump on a train, that's for sure. So it's never going to affect me, but I'm aware of it now. So that's a bit more negativity in my head. So thanks for that. Oh, somebody's been misled on eBay about buying a house. David Icke, he pops up all the time. You know, he's Eddie Jones, you know, the England rugby manager. He's being rude about Wales and Ireland. I don't need to know that. Not particularly interested in rugby. And the guy's obviously a bit of a fucking prick anyway. But, ooh, quick, Eddie Jones has been rude about Wales. Oh, is he? I'll have him, little bugger. Oh, God, one of my personal pet hates. And they're back again. I call them the Easter hamper wankers. You've either got people selling Easter hampers or people wanting to buy the fucking things. Oh, anybody sell Easter hampers? Well, why don't you just go and buy a load of fucking chocolate, put it together, get some fucking clear paper, get a ribbon and just go like that, because that's all these pricks who are charging you twice as much as the cost of the fucking chocolate are doing. Some of my Facebook friends will be aware of my Mother's Day hampers I was selling. You know, fucking Easter hamper wankers, no time for them. Oh. Another thing I saw, I think it's in the free or for sale in Swansea. Can somebody recommend a company? I need a taxi for the airport for 9 people for August. It's currently March, right? April, May, June, July, August. Now there's somebody looking to book a taxi 5 months in advance and they don't know where to start, so they got on Facebook. You know, good luck on holiday. Oh God, I don't even know if I'm going to bother with some Britain First. You know, this is like a double whammy for me. Britain First are obviously a bunch of fucking retards, but then you got, you know, your new wave of retards now saying, oh, they need to be blocked, they need to be banned from here, there, and fucking everywhere. You know, I'm banned from Twitter because I must have said something that somebody didn't like. You know, I'm not a fucking racist, I'm not a homophobe or sexist or any of these other fucking things you're not supposed to be. Do you know what I mean? I'm none of those things. I think it may be related to Sophie Hagen and, you know, talking about her fat ass. And if she's got enough of her fucking sycophantic hangers-on to fucking complain at the same time to Twitter, they've suspended me. But, you know, the point is, can people stop trying to get people banned from saying what they think, even if they're talking shit? You know, you don't have to agree with it. Just ignore it. Which is the whole idea, this is my point of what I'm trying to say here to myself and others, yeah? You know, we either need to free up this fucking these timelines, yeah, of all this fucking nonsense, or we just need to get off Facebook. Not me. So I'm not going to post anything negative anymore. I'm going to keep my opinions to myself, because it makes no difference. It's no point me telling people, do you realise you've been lied to, and you have been your whole fucking life? Do you know what I mean? Because people don't want to go, oh, well, that means I'm a right cunt then. And it's like, yeah. So people, they won't admit it. They just dig their heels in and they think I'm a fucking freak. Oh, this was a good one as well. A fucking paedophile sold his phone, and as you do, he forgot to delete his bloody child sex abuse photos or downloads or whatever he had. Silly bloody bugger, eh? So I didn't need to know that, really. I've just written here, memes and GIFs. I'd say, conservative estimate, I'd say 1% of the memes and GIFs I see, I think, yeah, that's quite amusing or whatever. 99% at least are just fucking bullshit, mate. Aren't they? Do you know what I mean? Prove me wrong in the comments if you like, if you got any decent memes and GIFs. I hate both those words as well, memes, GIFs. Oh, there's a Yemeni cholera outbreak amongst the kids, apparently. You know, nobody's doing fuck all about it, but, you know, we're all posting about it, so At least it's off your conscience and you're obviously a good egg. And finally, the big one, we got the Denny's gate going on now. You know, the American burger and chips chain opened up a new branch in Swansea recently. They got a 1-star rating with the council. Everybody was up in arms. Now they got a 5. And there's 3 camps. There's the, we love Denny's, it shouldn't have been a 1, it was paperwork. And then you got the other camp who was saying, fuck off, they wouldn't have had a 1 unless they weren't doing things properly and blah, blah, blah. And the third camp, you got me saying, fuck off, man. Fuck off, for fuck's sake. Anyway, this has been Griff's Nighty night. As I say, I'm as guilty as the next man. From now on, my timeline's going to be a different place. Like my nan used to say, if you've got nothing nice to say, shut your fucking mouth, Rich. Anyway, get this shared now, yeah? Ciao for now.